Okay, good.
Yeah. Debbie,
Yes.
how are you?
Hey, I am excited. I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't put my headphones on backwards.
Let me just give this a few minutes and see if we get a couple people on.
Okay.
And
I've been sharing it. Oh my goodness.
oh, good. I'm so glad. I had
Every
to make a change and updated um, the link. So I had to send out a few updates on that updated link. So that was caused a little bit of a couple minutes there, but we're good. So hopefully a bunch of people will get that and come on. And we'll just wait a few more minutes. How's everything? How's the weather by you?
Hey, it is nice. About time. You know,
Nice.
uh, uh, muggy.
Someone speaker.
Also there.
So let's see. Trying to figure out some mic stuff here. You don't have your phone on, do you?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have to have that on? Can you turn that off?
Yes. Okay.
I think it's creating an echo.
Gotcha. All right, it's off.
Okay. So we'll get that going again. Say something, my lovely friend. How are you today?
How about you, Erica? This is great. It's such an honor.
I'm good. Well, it's my honor and pleasure, and I'm looking forward to us being able to talk about some animal advocacy work and what people can do in terms of reaching out to their legislators. So
We have
this
my
will be
letter.
Yes.
We have not shared with council because obviously everything needs to be on the record. It was hand delivered to me moments ago.
Debbie.
Yeah, something just picked up on YouTube. I should turn that off too, right?
Yes, please. Whatever background stuff you have on, please turn that off. That would be super. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad we're testing this out.
I have Gary on the side there. He's sending us some messages through WhatsApp. So if there's any issues, he'll let us know. So we just need to have the background
Yes.
stuff quiet for us. As
Yeah.
long as you and I are on and we're recording, we are good. We are golden.
Got my phone off. I got my home line turned down, volume off. Got to make sure everything
Good.
okay. Double check.
Yeah. Double check, triple check for sure. And you've got your mic good and set up near you. So,
Yes.
all right.
Yeah.
Excellent. We'll give it a few more minutes and see if anybody hops on.
That's been shared everywhere. I did some retweets and share on Facebook. You know,
I'm not hearing you as well as I'd like to. If we could get your volume up a little bit, that would be really helpful.
hey, how's it now?
It could be a little louder.
Okay, you hear me now?
Well, I can hear you. I'd like to really hear you.
Here, I'll speak loud too. How's that?
All right. Good.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Good. Now, still sharing. Sharing again. All excited. I just sent my mother a link. You know,
You sent your mom a link? Do you think she's going to hop on?
so she's I gave her the YouTube. You know, and everything. And a lot of
I
people-
sent out a new link. So if you want to go on to either Twitter or LinkedIn, I sent out a new link that's got to get resent. So I apologize for that. We had to get a last minute updated link. So if you can on the fly send that out to your folks, I know it's a little bit last minute here, but that might be helpful.
Because I got it in group posts,
I know.
Edit.
You don't have anybody like an administrator that can send out the updated link for you, do you?
on air. I found the updated link,
You found it?
LinkedIn.
Yep. Yeah, I just sent it out on LinkedIn and it's also on Twitter. So I tagged you on Twitter and you're tagged on LinkedIn. So you should be able to get those pretty readily.
I found the updated link.
You found it?
Yep. Okay, here
There's some feedback again.
it says 5. Let me get this off. 5.
Yeah, you'll have to keep the YouTube off. It's like when you tell people to turn off the radio when you've got your guests on.
I know I have to do all every week. Sometimes.
What's that again?
Sometimes every week.
And I'm going to need you to get right up close to that speaker and become best friends with it.
Gotcha. Can you hear me now?
I can, and I'm going to need you to stay close on top of that microphone. Make that mic your baby. Make it your best friend for the next 45 minutes.
Update this on Facebook. Okay.
Let me know when you're done and then we'll get started, okay?
Sounds good. We on air right now?
We are.
Okay. Can you hear me now? This is Debbie Dahmer.
Debbie Dahmer, what's up? Debbie in the hizzow. As soon as you're done, you let me know and we're going to get started here, okay?
I got YouTube off. Okay, I got to change LinkedIn. What is the other LinkedIn?
I only have one LinkedIn. I sent it. You're tagged on it, so you should have it. I have one LinkedIn and I have 2 Twitters, but I only sent it out. I sent it on Instagram, but you don't have Instagram.
I can't even do the ones I got. the Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest.
Yeah, it's helpful to get them all consolidated somehow. Wouldn't that be fun? If you could like do one message that hits everything all at once.
Oh,
They have software for that actually. As long as you send it out to 1 or 2 of your Facebooks and your LinkedIn, it's fine because honestly, Debbie, we're going to have the recorded version put out and then that's going to go out to everyone.
today, fine, it's going.
Say that again?
A lot of people that's working today, work offline, so.
We got to get started because we actually have some folks that have joined us. So are you ready?
Yes.
You're all set? All right. Well, welcome everybody to this special episode of the Rising Lioness. Today we're uniting hearts, minds, and souls for animal rights and a harmonious world. Today I have the privilege of chatting with a dedicated advocate and host of Voices Carry for Animals, Debbie Dahmer. Her journey, beginning in 2008 with social media advocacy, has shaped her into a fierce advocate for animals, harnessing the power of the online community to better their lives. Alongside administering numerous Facebook pages and groups, Debbie ventured into podcasting in 2014, working with the late Marty Oakley to create Voices Carry for Animals. Despite the challenges, Debbie has been a voice for the voiceless all these years, transforming herself into an agent of change. Now let's delve into her remarkable journey. Debbie, AKA Mama Bear, it is an honor and a pleasure to have you with us here today on the Rising Lioness podcast. Thank you for being here.
So very welcome there, Erica. I love this. I'm all excited and working together like this. The two hosts, all about animals radio and animal advocates radio coming together live on.
Yes, live for the animals with a one purpose, one mission, and that is to help our friends. So let's go ahead and jump right in because 45 minutes is going to go by real fast now. We're already at the almost 1:15 mark. So I was wondering if you could share a little bit about your journey and what ignited the passion within your belly all these years to be the dedicated animal advocate that you are today.
Started out when I was younger, and my wonderful family.
Debbie,
My,
could you speak a little bit closer to your mic, please?
can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you.
Started out, when I was very young, and my parents adopted and got, learned to treat animals with dignity and respect back then. So I moved forward into my adulthood doing the same. And the animals, they're defenseless and innocent and helpless and voiceless. So we have to speak out for them. And I remember growing up, when I started driving, I used to love to go get the neighbors' dogs and take them for car rides, and they loved that. And after that, I was never an enemy to animals. I love being around them, families and friends and neighbors and co-workers. And we have this bond between where they build up faith in you and trust in you. And it's an unconditional love.
Yeah.
So once I started doing that, and so does my family, we've never had an issue with animal abuse or animal cruelty, or animal neglect. I was taught when I was young, hey, treat the animals with dignity and respect. Never hit them, never pull their tail, never smack them, never ride them. Sit and enjoy the time with them
Yeah.
because they deserve. So once that started happening, and later in the years, 2008, I remember watching a show, shows every week, Jane Velez Mitchell on issues, and she was standing up for the animals. And I remember seeing one of her shows where these cows up in Ohio were getting beaten and hit with pitchforks and yelled at. And oh my goodness, Erica, it draw tears to my eyes. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go in on my social media. I'm going to change from personal stuff all the way to advocacy 100%.
Yeah.
Because these animals, they need our voices and our actions taken. Because if we don't, there's going to be no changes made, and then it's going to get worse. And the animals, all animals deserve better.
Yes,
I
I agree.
Facebook. I opened an account with LinkedIn and Twitter, Pinterest, and I started with my advocacy through getting attention on, hey, take action. This is the key. We can't just blow out steam and say, oh, look the other way. We have to take action. And I want to give a shout out to everyone that's listening in. This show's going to be archived, but we have to take that right step in the right direction and call our legislators and get attention. Because if we don't, everyone, a lot of these issues have been going on year after year, decade after decade, and there's no excuse for it. We are lacking action takers. Okay.
Absolutely.
And that's the key. When you're
Yeah.
on social media, please press that share button.
Yeah.
Get out there, bring the attention, join these big animal pages, organizations that, hey, how can I help out? What can I do to get my voice heard? And they'll help you all the way.
Right.
And that's what I have this radio platform, every Thursday to bring attention. It's not just to discuss it on this platform. It's to encourage all of you to take that step and right step in the right direction and do something, because the animals cannot do it themselves. They are defenseless and voiceless.
That's
And
right.
they deserve all of them to be treated with dignity and respect. So when I used all my social media pages, I kept, gaining friends and supporters, started up, Facebook groups, and there's several pages that I'm admin on. And this helped out a lot too, Erica, because I can sit on, just like Facebook and do a post and share it to all the groups and pages I am immediately. So that gets more attention, and just like also on X, formerly Twitter, I do the same thing and also on LinkedIn to get everybody's attention. Hey, call to action. And that's what I'll put on there.
Yeah.
Please sign or make that phone call to your legislators and let them know, please be a co-sponsor for this bill. Because the more of them that come on board, the better it is for the vote. Okay. And so that's what we want to do. They are the big dogs, the politicians. And once we get involved with them and keep up on, what's going on with the legislation, then hey, we can see victories. We are strength in numbers, everyone, a
Absolutely.
power in numbers, because
Yes.
the more of us that come together, the stronger and better we become.
Definitely.
The other way. They need our help. Let's make better lives and futures for them. That's all it takes. So do your part. Every effort counts out there. You may use your Facebook for personal or whatever. Hey, but hey, multitask. Come over and help us. That's what we need.
Right.
Press that share. The like button, the sad button, the crying button, that don't serve no justice. Because Facebook or any of the social media sites is not going to create no laws. We're not going to contact legislators. And so we have to do it within ourselves. Eric, I see so many comments of people complaining about what just happened, and they don't take action. They put it on a comment. And I say, if they put that in a letter or an email, hey, we're going to get somewhere, and if more people would do that, because we're in the 21st century, everyone. A lot of these issues have been going on since the 20th century, and we're moving forward to the 22nd century. Do you want to see a better life and futures for animals? Please get involved and stay proactive, optimistic, relentless, because these changes will not happen overnight. We all have to push harder and do it. I see so much going, I see petitions, Erica, that's been floating around for years. You know what that means? That means that petition holder has not gotten with the legislator, downloaded the signatures, and try to get this thing passed.
Right.
Right. And
It's not working. Yeah.
it's
It shouldn't be around that long, right?
and once they do that, get meet with them, even the animal organizations, they have to meet with the legislators to if they have a petition or what's going on, because they can't make them changes themselves. They have to connect with them. It's teamwork all the way.
Right.
Okay. And strong leaders and strong supporters leads to strong victories. And that's what we're going.
To that point, thank you for sharing all of that. I really appreciate it. And your inspiration is, the inspiration on your journey and the advocacy work that you have been doing, and the passion that's in your belly that obviously everybody can feel and hear is super powerful. And I hope it's contagious. And I was wondering if you could share what some of the key legislative initiatives that you might want to point to that maybe made a significant impact on improving animal welfare, and how, everyday people, well, we'll get to the part where everybody can, learn from you exactly how to reach out to their legislators. But can you start with, like, maybe is there something, a particular initiative that you can think of that really made a big difference for animals and their welfare?
Yes, on those shows I've even had, state representatives on, state senators, that getting the support there, Erica. And one I wanted to bring up was Nosey's Law up in New Jersey, okay? And that was, I've had Barbara Levette, a big shout out to her of Save Nosey Now. and it prohibits use of elephants and other wild or exotic animals in traveling animal acts. Okay, this was 2019. Nosy got the elephant got released to a sanctuary in what was it, Tennessee in 2019, and she was, her owner was abusing her, and it was sad. So when she got released to a sanctuary in Tennessee, she became so happy. I mean, you could tell the difference from the videos, the photos, and everything. And Robert Levette is still out there, advocating for elephants and circuses and zoos and everything. A big thank you. And all this took was some great supporters of Save Nosy Now. I had a former Senator Raymond Lesniak on who was supporting also this notice law. There was petitions, they signed them, and she was released. Okay.
Wow.
And
Released from prison.
doing the happy dance,
That's
and
incredible.
happy tears because we took a lot of shows with Barbara. I can't take credit, Erica, but I was involved, and it's a human reaction to take action. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Put it together, strength in numbers. Okay. So
Definitely.
got laws up there, and there's some laws in also in Hawaii and California about the Traveling Animal Acts. Okay, so that really inspired me. When I had her on air with USA, I think it was over maybe 10 times. Because I've had over 416 podcasts in over 9 years. So when I seen that, and I said, you know what? We're going to all come together. I'm not going to stop here. Once I see a victory, I do the happy dance and move on to the next, multitask. And I wanted to bring this up too, Erica. There was a Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act, okay? And on that petition, that was a 17-year-old girl that started the petition, contacted her representatives. There were, at the end, was 852,075 supporters signing.
That's incredible.
Isn't that amazing? And
Yeah, that's amazing. That's just proof that these grassroots efforts are invaluable and teach us that we can all make a real difference. And everybody should know that, we're all just regular people doing this, and everybody can do the same thing, and everybody can, work with their legislators and push to make a difference. So, for someone who's never contacted their legislator before, what advice might you give them to help them on their way, to let them know, what effective communications they should be using to communicate with their legislator so that they can, make a difference?
yes, first of all, everyone, you would want to be professional and polite. And I'm going to give this number out. I have it in my contacts to contact my state representatives. And this is a nationwide number, area code 202-224-3121. They're going to ask you for your zip code, and during business hours, ask to speak to your state representative or senator, and they'll lead you right to them. Okay. After hours and weekends, you can call the same number and leave voicemails. Okay. And if you feel more comfortable with writing an email, you can find your legislators search, put your zip code in, and it'll lead you to your state representative or senator. Once you do that, you want to, let's say for now, it's 2024 legislation coming up in January. It's going to be going in session. So you would want to get it's called a constituent bill proposal form. Okay. Ask them to send it to you by email or by US mail. Once you get it filled out, then you want to return it as soon as possible. Okay. And answer all questions because that's important. And if you have any questions, ask your legislative assistant for that representative. Okay.
Now, is that for a specific, like, say, bill or petition, if somebody wanted to call and just give their support for that? Or is that for someone who wants to start a brand new piece of legislation or, animal advocacy law? Is that what that form is for a
Yeah.
brand new piece of legislation, or is that just kind of part of the process?
Yes, you can be a creator of a new law, and that's what explains, hey, what do you want to see in the animals' lives to change? Better laws, stronger laws,
Okay.
stricter laws. And once you do that, you can't just call up or email and say, hey, I'd like to start this new law without any documentation. Okay.
Okay.
So get all your ducks in, and then everything's going to be fine. Once it goes into draft, gets approved, then it will go in for votes in January, February, whatever it is in your state. If it's passed by the representative, House of Representatives and Senators, it passes both sides, it will head to your governor to be signed. Okay, so then you got to call your governor to ask him to support that bill that you just created. Isn't that awesome?
So it is that simple. People can just call that phone number, tell them they want to support, well, they're going to get in contact with their proper representative, and then they're going to send them a form, and then they fill out the form for whatever animal advocacy legislation they want to do, and of course have all of the paperwork, documentation, background, like you said, ducks in a row, have that ready, and then it goes through, and then it goes to the governor, and that's pretty much, so anybody can do this, is what you're saying.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I've even done it myself, so I'm experienced out there, Erica,
Okay.
and it's
Yeah,
awesome.
it is awesome.
I can't,
Anybody can do this. And
but American citizen, yes,
yeah, this is America, right? Why not use what our rights are, what this country offers us, the freedom to use our voices for the voiceless. I mean, isn't that why we're here today, right? And so if you could give any advice to folks who might be interested in doing such a thing as starting a piece of legislation, what obstacles might they encounter or misconceptions might they run into in terms of when they're engaging with their legislators? So why don't you maybe give us some of the roadblocks that you've hit along the way in doing this, so that
yes,
folks are prepared?
yes. You want to make sure you have everything organized. Why you want this bill to go in legislation? How is it going to benefit the animals? Will there be you have some orders, with you to, call up the other representatives and get them as co-sponsors to help support? Are you going to have, let's say your Facebook friends and followers, are they going to help you and help spread the word out there, to help you get support for this bill to make it stronger? Okay, that's what I got it. Once it comes in, the bill, if it gets in, the bill gets passed, in the draft, and then it goes into the legislation session, then all of a sudden I need to do more than, and it's not that hard, Erica. Just put your mind to
No, it doesn't sound that hard. It sounds like it's just a matter of willingness and the time. Obviously, a lot of people do have limitations, and I know I'm one of them. I don't have a lot of free time to do a lot of things, but I can certainly make phone calls and sign petitions, and I've dedicated my time to this podcast, so I don't have a lot of time to get paperwork together and create legislation. I would like to be able to do that at some point, though. But for folks who do have time, this might be an ideal way for them to support animal advocacy. And especially for folks who are really detail oriented and maybe thought they might become a lawyer one day, this might be something that's right up their up their alley, and could become something that they could add to their wheelhouse of things to do. I mean, we don't know what we're capable of until we try and we start. And this could become a passion for many. And folks should realize that this is something that every single one of us can do as constituents. Our representatives our government, they need us. We are the ones with, you know, there's lots of us out here, you know, and we do have power in numbers, don't we? So, yeah, understanding and addressing these obstacles can pave the way for more effective advocacy. And so I want to make sure I have I ask a couple questions for clarity for myself, which would probably help for anybody else who's listening and maybe has more questions. But folks, you can absolutely write us in on YouTube and ask any questions if you have any for Debbie. But these laws and bills that you're speaking of, are we talking about state laws? Are we talking about federal laws? Are we talking about both? What is the difference in terms of what we do out here and how we make contact to our legislators? So especially if we're looking for support, right? So if we say we submit something into our local rep for legislation, and it's for the sake of saying companion animals, that could be something that would be relatable to anybody across, you know, all states in the United States. You know, better you know, care or support for them when they're getting groomed. Just say, I'm throwing that out there because I know the industry. So what's the difference, you know, between the two, between a state law or a federal law? And then if it's a federal law, we would want to reach out to a lot of different reps across the country, as well as our friends. If we have lots of friends on Facebook or Twitter or wherever, we can reach out to our friends all over and ask for their support for these bills, right?
Yes, and just like when I was talking about the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act, that was federal, okay? And so that one had 283 co-sponsors from the House of Representatives and 36 co-sponsors from the Senate side. And that got signed by former President Trump, okay? And that is federal. So when you're going on to a state level, you want something to just, you know, laws in your state only, okay? So when you speak to your rep, I know there's, you know, congressmen and everything that handle the federal laws, and that's across all 50 states, okay?
Got it.
And so the federal, when you call up, say, hey, you know, the congressman that handles federal laws, or do you want a congressman, you know, a state rep that handles just the state laws? You know, it's in Florida. Just like the NOSIS law, that
Right.
was in New Jersey. So that was only in New Jersey. That was only a
Right.
state, you know, and California had their own law there about the traveling animal acts, and so did Hawaii. Now we got a lot more states that should get involved and follow suit to do this, you know, so that would be great if they did,
Right.
and make it, you know, nationwide. So everyone, you know, contact your state representatives. If you want to be a state law, mention that to them, or a congressman that handles federal, okay? We need to get some more laws in here. And another thing, Erica, when I started on this radio back in 2014, you know, me and my dad, rest in peace, George Dahmer, aka Chief Whiteout, who's a former professional wrestler, and he got neglected in a nursing home that led to his death. Okay, nobody should be neglected. Okay, humans, animals, anything. And Marty Oakley, the former, who passed away April the 1st, very sad. She's been 73, October 1st. She was an awesome team player. I did a 2-hour show with her on Blog Talk Radio, which is her TS Radio Net. Okay. And we did a square on my father then. And it was a huge audience. And, you know, I go down and he said, hey, a great thing down there, you know. So
Debbie, I'm having a little trouble with hearing you. I'm wondering if you're having mic problems or if you're a little bit further away from it.
yeah, let me turn around here, put it up. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I think you need to just stay close to it. You were telling us about some legislative laws that you're trying to enact for elder care law, correct?
Yes. In fact, when my father, you know, he was neglected and abused and led to his death, he was a month short of, you know, 73 years old. So when Marty and I did this together, my mother had to get an attorney. The nursing home was found guilty back in 2012 of, wrongful death and falsifying records. And so then all of a sudden, 5 years later, in 2015, um, all of a sudden my mother was mandated to pay, 50% of the punitive damages awarded by the jury to help improve the quality of care of nursing homes when they was found guilty. Okay.
That's
Isn't that
outrageous.
insane? And so we already got slapped in the face with that. And what happened to him, this family should have never went through what we went through, and neither should my father. Okay.
Right.
We want total justice. So once I heard this, where she got mandated, for the punitive damage, give 50% of the punitive damage awarded by the jury to help improve the quality of care in nursing homes. I said, this don't sound right. So that's when I got with the representative, Representative Amber Mariana Davis. She has resigned in 2022. I've gotten it in legislation 5 times and it's died out. So I'm trying for 2024. I'm not giving up. Why should my mother, be mandated to pay 50% of the punitive damages to help improve the quality of care in nursing homes when they were at fault?
Right.
There's not greed going on.
It's something that they should be doing. I mean,
That's
you
right.
know, it's the right to all of us, to all sentient beings, human beings, non-human beings. We have the right to peace, happiness, and freedom from suffering. And it's just something that is, whether you believe in God or, any other being that's up there, source. It is a source given light, given right to all of us to be at peace and not suffer.
And live
And
comfortably. That's the main thing. Live at peace and comfortable, free from anxiety and fear and abuse and neglect.
yeah, especially
There-
when you're paying into a service for our loved ones, and you think that they're being cared for and instead they're being abused. And I
Yeah,
applaud you for doing that and not giving up and making sure that these organizations that are tasked to care for our loved ones are held accountable. And so I do send lots of love and light energy to that, and I hope that your mom, and I know that she will victorious in the end and will not have to pay any punitive damages, because that's just outrageous, and that is just not morally sound. That's for sure. Before we
sad.
get close to ending here, because it is getting late at the end of our session, I wanted to ask also if folks wanted to stay informed regarding any pending animal related legislation, and or if they wanted to take timely action, what's a good place for them to go to, or what tools or online resources do you suggest people check out for things like that?
Okay. Out there, you can always go back to this and get the info, but I always use congress.gov. Okay. And let's say on this one bill that's still out there, it's HR 3656. It's the Wild Horse and Burro Protection Act. It still needs sponsors, and you could go on there, and I got an account on congress.gov. I put, the the bill number, or on the Senate side, and see where it stands. Okay, it's very informative. I've signed up to get alerts from congress.gov on bills that I want to deliver
Wow.
to my email. It's awesome, Eric.
That's really great. So you're saying people can go onto congress.gov and
Yes,
then they can do a search on bills, or they can actually type in whatever specific bill they're looking for, and then also get notifications for updates on these bills.
yes, definitely.
That's
And
amazing.
it is awesome because it doesn't alert me every day.
Right.
It will let me know through my email if there's any movement, if there's any new co-sponsors. on the Senate side or the House of Representative side. It is, and sometimes I go through my social media and post it, call to action, please, we need more, co-sponsors or, more support because that's so very important. And I know there's other websites where you could just go on and find my legislator. You can find it that way. But that congress.gov, I've been using it for a while now. And I hope I see my bill in there soon, next year, because it's so important. And I'm relentless, he this new
Good.
guy, he even said, "You're relentless, are you?" I said, "Yes, I am. I don't give up."
We
Just
need you to be.
up.
That's you're the kind of person that gets stuff done. I mean, we need action today. Less talk, more action, right?
That's
And
right. Yes, yes.
yeah, I think that's amazing. And I
Agree.
I love what you do and the fact that you're out there and it's inspiring and helps motivate other people to do the same. And in fact, regarding motivation, I was wondering, can you share with us what actually motivates these legislators to get stuff done, especially as it relates to animal advocacy work? Like, is there anything that we can or should be doing, or is it just kind of the same across the board?
We can all do better within ourselves. Recruit more, your family members, your husband, wife, sons, daughters, neighbors, coworkers, whatever it takes to get that power going. We, the people, have power if there is enough of us. If there
Yeah.
is not, we're only blown out steam. Okay. So recruit more people to call their legislators. We vote these legislators in and out. We, the people, have power when there's enough of us. Like I said,
Right.
recruit more people. Hey, share more on your social media, multitask, get more, startup groups or join pages and groups that do take action and not, we want to see more action out there and less talk. We don't want to be seen like blown out steam. Just like on my podcast, I try to bring this up every Thursday at 7 o'clock every week. Animal Advocates Radio, Voices Carrying. It is so important to contact your legislators, and it's so important to bring more with you. Sign that petition and share it. Have more people, more signatures, and you'll see results. I've seen it happen so many times. And when I remember when Marty Oakley was training me, has trained me fully out there. May she rest in peace. Because for from the first show to 163rd show, Erica, it was TS Radio Network, Voices Carried for Animals, and she taught me everything. She taught me to be a one-woman operation, how to take action, everything. And I miss her. May she rest in peace because she sadly missed. She was a great voice out there, and her hosts are still carrying her shows on. So that's wonderful.
I'm sure she's proud of you,
Yes.
Debbie. She's looking down, smiling. She's proud. She passed that baton to you, and you took off with it, and you will never let it drop, and you'll never let that fire go out because you've got that fire in your belly, and you're amazing. I'm so honored to know you and to have you on today, and your heart-led dedication to animal advocacy and the invaluable information that you provide to us out there every single day. And you are relentless, and you're relentless for the good. You have your moral compass is squarely in your heart, and it leads you to do all of this good work. And I'm humbled by what you do, and it inspires me to keep doing what I do every single day too. And I just want to remind everyone, please visit Debbie's work. You can visit her on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook, and we'll have her links added to the description on this YouTube channel posting after it's done, and we'll also edit it, and it will also be on All About Animals radio station as well. And Debbie, what's the best website if you want to just give a shout out? What's the best place for people to find you? Even though I'm going to add everything, I'll include all of your links. But where would you send people to find you?
Yeah, to see all my archive shows, okay, all of them in episodes is www.blogtalkradio.com voices carry for animals, or you can go to the PPJ Gazette online, and that was Marty's website. So I'm
Oh,
still using it, and her memory, because I want to keep on, you know, oh, Erica, my 164 show till now, she helped me put that together. Isn't that awesome?
that's wonderful. That's
Yes,
really great. And now you're up to what, 415, 16 shows?
16 shows.
That's amazing. That's
And,
so impressive.
and everyone, the PPJ Gazette is www.ppjg.me. Okay. And you can subscribe. You can follow my podcast from there, from both there and Blog Talk Radio. If you want to reach me, you can reach me at Voices Carry for Animals at AOL.com. Okay.
Nice.
And also on Facebook, you can follow me, Debbie Dahmer, DBBIE, Dahmer, DAHMER. Also on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Pinterest. So
Nice.
all of these, you can always get a hold of me. And if you want to be a guest on my show, just like the Animal Advocates Radio, Erica, when I started up in March of 2018, Marty showed me the way all the way. So she is
Nice.
I gotta thank her because she's the grassroots of it all, and I love that. She was a great
Yep.
team, super team player. And that's what we all got to be. And it's an honor to be connected with you, Erica.
For sure.
And a big shout out to Gary Bowden.
Gary, what's up?
Hey, Gary, what's up? It's Mama Bear. And thank you for all you do. He's another animal warrior brother.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I wouldn't be here doing this if it wasn't for Gary. He's amazing.
Yes, all about animals radio and animal advocates radio.
And Wiki. And
Yeah.
let's not forget the Wiki animal. I was going to tell people
Yes.
to folks, if you want to delve deeper into the animal advocacy world, I highly encourage you visit the wikianimal.org. And this is your ultimate destination for everything related to the world of animals. No joke. And Wiki Animal's core mission is to protect the animal kingdom through education and awareness. Wiki Animal is dedicated to conserving endangered species, preserving their habitats, and fostering sustainable coexistence with nature. So please join the pride on this vital journey and visit thewikianimal.org. Thank you, Debbie. I loved having you on today. I always love talking with you. You always leave me feeling good and hopeful, and I hope I will see you back here again. You know you're invited anytime, whenever
Thank
you have
you so
something.
much.
Yeah,
This is
anytime you have
awesome.
something brewing that you want to spread the word on, please reach out and we'll get you on. And as we wrap up today on this
Yes.
enlightening episode, I want to extend an open invitation to folks. Please join the animal advocacy movement. Let's unite and become the rising lionesses and lions that we are all meant to become. Our collective roar for animals holds the power to create lasting change. Together, we can safeguard these treasures of our world for today and tomorrow. I wish us all a meaningful day filled with peace, happiness, and freedom from suffering for all of us. May we embrace our well-being and resonate with the spirit of nature. This has been Erica Salvamini, your host on the Rising Lioness podcast in cooperation with All About Animals Radio and the wikianimal.org. And until next time, I leave you with a profoundly lyrical note from Pat Benatar. So I might be giving away my age a bit on that.
That's
With the power of conviction, there is no sacrifice. We will be invincible. Yes.
To hear us roar, right, Erica?
Yes.
Arr!
Rawr. The bears and the lions.
Thank you so much. Mama Bear hug and a Mama Bear hug to all of you tuning in, and Gary Bowden, a Mama Bear hug. Okay.
Nice.
And-
Sending
and-
hugs out to you, Debbie, and everyone else. Thank you all so much for being on today. We so appreciate you. Animal advocates all the way. Have a beautiful day, all. Namaste.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Eric, again.
Thanks, Debbie.